What is up, HBCU family? This is Destiny Kerr, a senior public health major, hailing from the Show Me State herself, and attendance at the illustrious Xavier University, the top 6 HBCU. Here today to kick off our series of interviews in partnership with the HBCU Experience Movement, here to promote their latest book, The HBCU Experience, the North Carolina A&T State 5th edition. Yes, I said it, the 5th edition. Now listen. This is an amazing book with some great notable alumni. From entrepreneurs to influencers, the sky is the limit. Y'all know the vibes. Hashtag Aggie Pride, baby. We are here. Today we have an alumni who has been putting on for his HBCU community. Not only is he a former Aggie, but an accomplished IT professional, CEO, inspirational speaker, you name it. Today we have here Mr. William L. Lash. How we doing?
Hey, loving life. And yourself?
We're doing good. We're doing.
That's good. That's good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So how has this great Thursday been treating you?
Oh, absolutely fantastic. When you went to the illustrious North Carolina Agricultural Technical State University alumni, can you never have a great day?
I know that's right. So within this, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. William Lash, born and raised in the Washington metropolitan area, specifically Southeast DC. From there, went to Potomac High School. From there, like I said, had opportunity to go to the greatest university known to man or woman. I heard you said Xavier, but it's not a bad school. It's number 6. You know, it's not bad. Yeah. We'll go off those rankings, but from there, like I said, the computer science in North Carolina A&T. From there, got my master's at George Mason, and then started off working at 3 major firms, and then decided to go off on my own. And now we have the great Chirality Capital Consulting.
Okay. Period. I know that's right. Black excellence come through. Yes.
Yep. All God's blessings. All God's blessings.
All right. So what made you choose A&T as your ultimate college?
All right. So it's funny enough, coming from the DC area, I really didn't know much about a lot of different universities and colleges. And I had family that went to North Carolina. Funny enough, my brother, Willie Lash Jr., he graduated from A&T. Shout out to the other Lashes from North Carolina. And he took me one time to their homecoming, and that was it for me. It's
always the homecomings.
That was it. I mean, that started it, and from there, I did a little bit of research because I know I wanted to be an engineer, and I was trying to remember or figure out who was the #1 HBCU to graduate engineers, African American engineers, and there's only one, and once again, it's A&T. So I mean, with those two things, homecoming and one for graduating African American engineers, you can't beat it.
Okay. You know, we top y'all for doctorate, but you know.
I mean, that's. I mean, once again, fake news. Whatever makes you all feel good. You know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is.
Oh, not the HBCU's already beefing. All right, so walk us through your time on the yard from freshman year to senior year. We're gonna start with freshman year.
Okay, freshman year. Like I said, it was a bit of a challenge to say the least, and honestly, coming from DC. You know, where things are a certain way, to go to North Carolina when people are speaking to you, saying hi, hello. I was caught off guard a little bit. I didn't know what was happening, why people were being so nice, saying hi to you. I thought people had something underneath their sleeves, but come to find out, it was just Aggie pride. You know, just people really working hard and really, just loving each other. So for me, I'll say going into engineering, which was pretty challenging to say the least. One thing I love from freshman year, even just throughout, the fact that we took time out just to help each other out. And that's something that was new to me. You know, everyone taking time out to nurture one another, to help each other out. And you're not just there by yourself. I know you and myself, we're making jokes about HBCUs, but it's that HBCU love that, that no one else unless you've gone there can truly understand. Right. So from freshman year to sophomore year, joined several organizations, if anything from ACM was Associated for Computer Machinery to NAACP, to even the modeling agency. I know you can't tell now, but back then, it was a model. And so, learned a lot, worked really hard. And then from there, since I decided to go to the best university, I said, why not pledge the greatest fraternity? Oh. So from there, I pledged the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Lord!
I mean, yeah, that's what they call us. I mean, if that's what you want to call us, I don't mind. It's kind of blasphemous, but, hey, I mean, I'll take it. And part of the Beta Epsilon chapter, BE period, for those who know. And those who don't know, I'm sorry I can't do anything for you. But anyway, to be with great African-American men, or just men in general, who are doing great things. And you talk about Black excellence or just excellence in itself. seeing people striving to be the best, it was like, wow, I can be a part of that. And like, once again, being part of a great HBCU who are working together, nurturing each other, and then being part of a fraternity where you're striving for excellence, I'm like, it was just a win-win. And even from that being said, from freshman, sophomore, junior year, I got internships within the IT field, one with Honeywell, one with IBM, and one with Lockheed Martin. And because A&T did such a good job of giving me that solid foundation, how to network, how to speak well in interviews, and honestly, just a solid foundation of how to do technical engineering, I was able to get or join the ELDP program, which is Engineering Leadership Development Program. And from there, I was able to get my first job, and here we are now.
Okay. So what about your sophomore year?
All right, sophomore year. So I'll go back. So actually, freshman year, unfortunately, my grandmother passed, and it was just a real huge challenge. Wasn't sure how I was going to, continue to do things. I thought maybe I should go back home. But once again, people taking time out to really nurture you, work with you. And then by sophomore year, you really started getting indoctrinated to the real culture. And that's what I said. That's what made me join all the different organizations I talked about earlier. From there, made the Freshman Honor Society. Like I said, joined the various organizations and just really learned how to work well with people. And that was just, that was really, truly new to me. And having people who really care for you. And once again, didn't have any preconceived notions, didn't have any ulterior motives, but to be with a group of individuals who really care for you. And I'm not sure if you've ever been, like I said, to our homecoming or even just to our games. Just the love that we have just throughout. It was a great, great time. Just trying to, like I said, achieve more, do more, be better.
Of course. And then your junior year?
And then that's why I stated junior year. That's when I started doing my research. And I stated before, there are quite a few fraternities that are out there, and they're not bad. No shade against them, no issues at all. But started doing my research and just really took time out to understand. Okay, as a junior, what fraternity do I want to join? And that's when I joined, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. But even in addition to that, that's when I got my other internship. We were working with, like I said, with IBM. And there I just realized, okay, if you work hard and, like I said, working with a group of like-minded individuals all throughout, there's nothing that you can't achieve. And I think that's one of the biggest things. I can say freshman through junior year, but definitely my junior year, because then I'm trying to start preparing to actually, go into my senior year and really working toward to see where I can get a job. But then just realizing, if you really strive hard, work hard, put the grades, put God first, there's nothing that you can't achieve.
Right.
And not every school does that. Not every individual you hang with, are willing to work with you and teach you those different things. And so junior, I realized, hold on, I can really do this. I can really be somebody. It doesn't matter your circumstances, doesn't matter where you're from. Like I said, you're from DC, that didn't matter anymore, because it's not where you're from, but where you're at that juncture. And I'm like, okay, I got a 3.5 GPA, work pretty hard. Could have been higher, but, not bad. Had several internships, from there at that juncture, have been part of many organizations. Of course, the best we talked about earlier within Alpha. But then I'm realizing, okay, hey, through God, there's nothing I can't do. So let's buckle down, let's focus, and then let's see what the next thing is going to give you.
Okay, so we've joined the best fraternity in the world.
I'm sorry, I just couldn't hear you. Can you say that one more time?
Okay, that's the way.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. So my apologies. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So we've joined organizations.
No, you said it right the first time, but go ahead.
So what did our senior year come out looking like? Because you've interned, you've networked, you've done what you needed to do, and then the senior year.
So senior, I'm very excited. Just finished up my internships, ready to see if I can get in the Engineering Leadership Development Program over at Lockheed. And the challenging part, and I'll show you this right here. I was driving. A car cut me off. A hydroplane hit a tree. My bone came out. And I know that's a little bit, it's a lot. But there, of course, a lot had changed. By the grace of God, I was able to be alive. First and foremost, my car was totaled. That was it. And then you get the chance to see who your real, true friends are.
Yep.
Everybody, like as you stated before, these organizations and party and all those things, and all that's
Mhm.
good. But I was off campus. I had the car. I was excited. I was ready to go have a great time, enjoy my senior year. But then that happened. But then to see, like I said, my fraternity brothers, my true friends, my,
Mhm.
my family really come to my aid. And like I said, I probably lived about 15 minutes off campus, no vehicle, no nothing.
Yeah.
People picking me up, taking me to class. If I'm missing work, or homework and with tests, people taking time out to really study with me, even to come over, help me
Mhm.
out. You'd be surprised how challenging it can be. And so just to have people right there, once again, you can't get that. I'm gonna say again, that Aggie pride, you can't get that everywhere
Yeah.
at all. So to have that occur was fantastic.
Mhm.
Um, and even for the standpoint of me still being able to sustain and maintain my GPA.
Mhm.
And then, like I said, at that point I had to have surgery, but then people helped me out. Even my best friend at the time and roommate, I should say time, my best friend Rashad, he let me use his car, and I had one arm, and let me drive his car.
Mhm.
And just to have friendships like that, like there's nothing else I can say that compares to the love that that the Aggies have for one another,
Mhm.
and that was just a true blessing. To see my fraternity brothers, they were right there in the mix for me. Sometimes when I did get a little bit better, I tried to party, had my little sling on, and they're making it way say, "Nobody touch him. Make sure no one touches him. Make sure no one touches him." But
Yeah.
people just making sure that you're there. And then toward the tail end, prior to graduation, getting a letter that that you're going to have the opportunity to work at that point, at Lockheed Martin. Because
Mhm.
if I didn't have those people there to help me out and to help assist me, I don't know what would have happened.
Yeah.
And I've been in a lot of environments where that would not have happened whatsoever.
Mhm.
So to have people there to really help push you, when they really didn't have to at all, and to
Yeah.
have that love for you, that's huge. That's why for me, hey, I wear this very proud. And if there's anything I can do for A&T,
Of
hey,
course.
definitely want to. Definitely
Of
want to.
course. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, how does it feel to now be a featured author in the HBCU experience, the North Carolina A&T State University 5th edition? Yes.
Honestly, it is a true blessing. Actually, I have three sons, and I gave them a shout out in the book,
Mhm.
and to show that also is not about me at this juncture, is that it's giving it to the next generation.
Yeah.
To have a legacy to show, okay, here's what I've been able to do. Here's the great time I've had. I know people say that 4 years is supposed to be the best. When I tell you those 4 years were the best years in the world for me, I mean, I can always go back to, like I said, to so many times, like the football games, the basketball games, once again, to the homecoming, to being in McNair, that was before we had AC, being up at midnight and 1 in the morning writing computer programs, and being able to really talk about all these different challenges that we were able to, get past and bypass because,
Yeah.
I had such a great group and a great environment and a great culture like that I had right there. And to be in this book now, just be able to tell my story, it's a true blessing. And I'm hoping that, the other individuals, they'll be able to see, hey, what a great school like A&T, what that looks like. But
Yeah.
even in addition to that, just to understand what HBCUs are really about. Because sometimes I don't think that we get the true credit that we deserve. Because like I said, for engineering, we're top notch with other things too. But I'm just saying, definitely for engineering, we're top notch. And like I said, whether it be myself and the other authors that you'll see, or the others who read in the book, read about the book. I mean, the stories that we have, have allowed us to elevate ourselves. And when you talk about excellence, that's just what we believe in. And A&T allowed that to happen.
Of course. Of course. Of course. So, last question.
Yes, ma'am.
But is there anything we can expect in your chapter? Any surprises? Just anything?
There are a couple. There are a couple, and I don't want to say them right now. But it's so you can really get to see who I really am and the greatness of A&T.
Okay. I mean, I think we see that through this interview. You don't already set the standard.
I mean, that's the bar is here, but when you read that book, the bar is going to be here. Yes.
It's there. It's there.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
definitely. Well, thank you for coming on. It was great having you. Y'all definitely make sure to check the book out. It will be available soon on Amazon. And again, thank you for coming. It was a blessing to have you.
All right, likewise. Thank you so much for your time. Truly appreciate you.
Of course.
Like what you hear?
Yeah.
Subscribe to HBCU Pulse Radio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, head to hbcupulse.com.